This chapter is all about Captain Connors proving that he is in fact the greatest pilot in all of the galaxy. We've been reintroduced to this character 3 times, and every single time he's introduced, he is always arrogant and cocky as hell when it comes to being a pilot and a captain. But when you're right, and the man is right. But if I'm being honest, this is probably my least favorite introduction of him. When he first gets introduced, it was right after the Enist 1 basically apparently got destroyed and he's just floating in space. And then you get the reveal that he has the tattoo on his arm, on his wrist, that he is a part of Enist 1. And now he's going to be piloting the Enist 0, which is really cool. It's a huge mystery that later gets revealed. But then it gets revealed in an even better way is in Universe 2, where Enist 1 did not get destroyed. And because Enist 1 was not destroyed, he's still the captain of it, and he's still piloting it, and he's now the enemy, and that was really cool. But now we're in Universe 3, and he's still able to fly the way he does, and he's still the captain of a ship. The only problem is that he was no longer had anything to do with Enist at all, or not 1, not 0, not nothing. He was just a guy working in one of Ziggy's factories, and also he was a freedom fighter, because the tattoo's gone, and now he's replaced with a freedom fighter tattoo. And basically, that whole backstory that connected him to the crew is just wiped away, and I find this version of him to be the least interesting of them all. Also, why does his backstory keep getting changed whenever we go to different universes, but so many other characters' backstories don't change, who they are, what they do, who they've been. It basically stays the same, and there's no real difference to what's going on. What makes Captain Connors so different or special or what? That is something that I'm really interested in when it comes to his character, is why he is always the factor that changes per universe, while other things and other people just stay the same. I find that to be quite interesting. I personally hope that Captain Connors is connected to Rebecca in some way, or at least Cat Leaper in some way. That's why he's the one who always gets rebooted so many times. The only problem is that that connection is apparently very tenuous at best, because the man keeps getting rebooted. And so if they go to another universe, Universe 4, he's just going to disappear again, and then something new is going to happen with him. And that is just a headache that I just don't want to go through anymore. Let the man be the captain of the ship, let him be the pilot, let him be the guy who gets shit done whenever they need to get away. No more erasing Captain Connor. The first 2 backstories were the best and the most interesting. This third one is but I'm willing to accept it if we have such a great pilot to join the crew, because what he does is fantastic. And what is the thing that he did that's so fantastic this chapter? He beat Eden Zero's version of Racer to a race. That is actually insane. In a contest of speed, he beat the man who's supposed to be the fastest character in Fairy Tail. And yes, I know Racer wasn't actually that fast. He just manipulated people's perspective. Don't worry, I know. I've been through Fairy Tail. I'm just saying. But I actually find that to be really funny, that this guy is basically commanding. And yes, I know Racer isn't actually that fast. He just changed people's perspective of how fast he was moving. But this guy, this Enist Racer, I'm just going to call him that because I don't think he has a name. Yeah, he doesn't have a name. He's just commanding the fleet. Okay, so the fleet that's currently surrounding the Enist 0 is Feather's entire armada, which apparently is the fastest in the entire government. And that's what makes Racer being here so funny, because he is now the second in command of the fastest fleet in the entire government of Enist 0, which is really cool. So, to escape Racer and the fastest fleet in the galaxy, Captain Connor decides to turn on all 8 ether turbines at full power, and he just rockets past them with everything he's got. But even then, that's still not fast enough. The fleet is actually faster than the Zero still, even at full speed. So, what Connors does next is he turns off everything he decides is non-essential, including basically the stabilizer, which allows the ship to, basically control itself in a sense. But Connors doesn't need that. He can pilot all by himself. But even then, they're still not fast enough to get away. The fleet is still faster. Racer's and Feather's fleet are just still faster, which once again, holy crap! That they weren't kidding when they said these were the fastest ships in the Union. So as they're trying to escape, Connor then decides to fly straight into the middle of an asteroid field. Now, obviously, at full speed that he's going, he's rocketing like crazy. Everyone in the ship is just bouncing all over the place. They can't control them. Shiki's fine because he's just using his gravity to stay in place, while Rebecca's holding on to dear life to Shiki, trying not to fly into the goddamn wall. But Connors is able to just flip through all the asteroids like it's nothing, while the rest of the Armada just stops immediately because they can't go at full speed through an asteroid belt. They'll die. And so they're all just freaking out, going crazy. Sister and Herman are just cursing out Connors, basically saying he's crazy, that he's going to get them all killed. And then out of nowhere, Feather, in her own personal ship, which basically looks like a phoenix, it's honestly gorgeous, just comes out of nowhere at full speed as well, actually faster than the Ina Zero, and is starting to catch up, which makes perfect sense because she has her eyes, which actually even makes more sense why she commands the fastest fleet in the Union, because she's able to share her eyes with her crew, which means they all can go at full speed, rocketing in as fast as they can, and be able to pull off these feats that no one else can in the fleet, which is brilliant. I mean, that is a way of doing things that I really wish I could think of. So Collins realized that he's just not going to get away from her. She is just basically as good a pilot as he is, but in a faster ship. So he then orders to fire. Shiki says, no, we are not going to kill anyone. But then Collins says, no. Fire on the asteroids. So they blast all the hell out of all the asteroids. Feather's like, you're not going to get past me with this. This isn't going to work as a smokescreen. I have my eyes. But that doesn't matter. It's not meant to be a smokescreen. It's meant to slow her down long enough for the warp drive to fully charge, for the fast travel to fully charge. And then they rocket to the Kados Cosmos. Just so you know, I don't think I pronounced the Kados Cosmos correctly. Please leave in the comments if I did or not. So the chapter ends with Feather getting a call from another member of the Oshio State's Interstellar, Holy, who tells her to stop her pursuit. They're already in her neck of the woods. She'll be the one to take on the Ina Zero and to capture them. And she says that she will launch an immaculate military operation, and she's doing this while sitting in a bubble bath, just covered in soap. So my assumption with her personality, Holy, is that she's very much one who cares about beauty and elegancy and things like that, based on the way she talks and the fact that she's just in a video call taking a bath, like she's exposing herself completely to Feather, doesn't even care. So she's probably gonna have one of those personalities, which should be fun. Her and Shiki will not match well together at all. Shiki is way too blunt, while she is going to be probably a lot more proper. So that should be a good collision of personalities. I'm kind of sad that Feather's already done with this story at the moment. I hope we get to see her soon, because while her combat ability hand-to-hand was proven to be not so great, her as a pilot, oh my god, fantastic. I want more of that. I would love to see her dogfight and just ripping through entire armies of other ships. That would be fantastic. So I really do hope to see more of Feather. Final thoughts on this chapter? I actually like this one more than the one before. While the other one had more action and had more entertaining things going on in the background, this one was just so much fun. Like that's what I really love about this series, is that it has really dramatic, sad moments like Witch. And it also has really fun moments, and this is one of the things that was just really fun. Just watching Connors go completely apeshit with the Ina Zero, as everyone is going insane, both inside and outside of the ship, watching what's going on around them. So if you like this video, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, so you'll be notified for more Ina Zero and other anime things. Thank you, and have a great day.